Good evening. I'm First Alert Storm Team meteorologist Joseph Williams with your Valley News Now First Alert Weather Day forecast. So what's going on is that we're First Alert tracking our next wintry system. It's going to bring freezing rain. It's going to bring snow. It's going to lead to some tricky travel across much of our region. So let's get right to our First Alert forecast to kind of show you what I'm talking about. Again, just a First Alert recap. Our First Alert Weather Day is tomorrow, and it lasts into Saturday morning because we're dealing with wintry mix impacts. Think, slick road conditions, which means tricky travel heading into, Saturday morning. And here's why we have that First Alert Weather Day in effect. Again, a wintry system, a complex wintry system that stretches from Canada down into, the Central Plains, basically, is moving into our region, and it's going to bring that freezing rain, which means ice accumulation, and light snow, which obviously means snow accumulation. That means slick roads and travel impacts across parts of our region well into Saturday morning. The southeastern areas are likely to see snow accumulation, and they'll also see the most ice accumulation, so those areas are the most vulnerable. But northeast North Dakota is also expecting ice accumulation heading into your Friday morning commute. And just to kind of give you an example of what I'm talking about, I just mentioned northeast North Dakota expecting some ice accumulation. There's a winter weather advisory in northeast North Dakota until 9 a.m. tomorrow because freezing rain is expected to redevelop into the evening and overnight hours in northeast North Dakota, which means a glaze of ice there even before the main system moves on through. Now, for the rest of our region, we have a winter weather advisory in northwest Minnesota, southeast North Dakota, Southern Valley, and Lakes Country. So the area that I'm, shading with this purple arrow, lasting until 6 p.m. tomorrow. It starts from midnight heading into 6 p.m. tomorrow, and that's because those areas are not just expecting freezing rain, they're looking at ice accumulation and also light snow, which again means travel impacts. Here's the culprit. We got this atmospheric setup in place. We have, a trough, a dip in the jet stream in the Rockies, and it's reinforcing this low pressure system out in the Central Plains. And at the same time, you have a cold front stretching into Canada. These two systems will merge, and they'll lift that moisture into the northern plains in the process, leading to our wintry impacts. Our first round of wintry impacts, in fact, will come from this cold front as we head into the night. So again, looking at some freezing drizzle at least, maybe even some light freezing rain in northeast North Dakota and the Northern Valley over the next several hours as this front pushes through our region. Now by Friday morning, we're looking at a few rain showers in Lakes Country and the Southern Valley because those areas will stay above freezing, but meanwhile areas north of Highway 200, you'll be cold enough to sustain that freezing rain, which means a glaze of ice is possible in some areas heading into your Friday morning commute. So slick sidewalks, slick spots on the roads, you'll want to give yourself some extra time on the roads. As we head into later Friday morning, we'll start seeing that freezing rain transitioning into more of a wintry mix and even snow because as this front moves east, colder air is infiltrating our region, moving in from Canada into our region and starting to cause that precipitation to freeze once more into snow in the process. By the afternoon hours, as this front disintegrates and merges with that low down south, some areas will get a brief break from the precipitation, but notice the swath of snow southwest. That's from that main low pressure system down south. That swath of snow will start moving into the Southern Valley starting around 3 to 4 p.m. So far, we're just dealing with scattered wintry mix and freezing rain showers overnight into Friday morning. So some areas see that freezing rain, other areas end up staying dry for the most part, and they'll get hit intermittently. They'll get hit at times, but at other times they're going to break. But as we head into Friday afternoon, we start seeing a swath of light snow moving into the Southern Valley, and that swath of snow continues in the Southern Valley and Lakes Country and parts of northwest Minnesota until late Friday night, early Saturday morning, at which point the moisture is east of our region. How much snow are we looking at? Not much if you're north of I-94. You're going to stay snow-free, basically, if you're north of I-94. But if you're south of I-94, different story. The Southern Valley, northeast South Dakota, for example, may see 3+ inches of snow accumulation. Lakes Country, portions of Richland County, Lakes country in general may see 1 to 3 inches of snow accumulation. Areas on top of I-94 here may see a couple tenths of an inch of snow accumulation. So the further south you go, the more snow you see. And the swath of snow is at least 1 to 3 inches of accumulation, which may not seem like much, but that alone could lead to some travel impacts. But on top of this, I've been talking about this for a little bit, the ice. That's going to be the biggest issue here. A glaze of ice in the northern valley and at least a tenth of an inch of ice down in the southern valley, portions of Lakes country, and some areas may see more ice than even that. And that combined with snow accumulation in the southern valley means, again, the southeastern areas of our region most likely to see the greatest impacts. Definitely make sure to give yourself some extra time on the roads if you're heading out tomorrow morning and especially tomorrow afternoon and evening. And definitely keep the VNN First Alert Weather app handy as we track the freezing rain and the snow. On top of this, while dealing with the wintry precipitation, some areas will continue seeing some lingering dense fog during the overnight hours. The reason is that we've been sitting under a stationary front for quite some time, and the interaction between the temperature gradient and the snowpack, whatever is left of our snowpack, means there's moisture in the air, and that's condensing into fog, leading to low visibility at times. Here's the look at the visibility right now. Quarter mile in Jamestown, less than 2 miles in Langdon and Devils Lake, so slightly better visibility there, but still not great. And some areas will continue seeing that low visibility over the next several hours. Maybe you see some low visibility popping up in Lakes country, for example, heading into Friday morning. Now, by early Friday afternoon, visibility should improve, but as the swath of snow moves into the southern valley and Lakes country Friday evening, visibility may suffer once again with that snow coming on down. So again, keep the VNN First Alert Weather app handy as we track not just the fog, but again the freezing rain and the snow moving through our region heading into tomorrow. Besides that, we're looking at mild temperatures in the Fargo-Moorhead area thanks to south-southeasterly winds, keeping temperatures in the 30s in the Fargo-Moorhead area. Temperatures will be around freezing in Grand Forks over the next few hours. By the morning commute, as that cold front from out west moves into our region, we'll see temperatures in the teens northwest, 20s out in southeast North Dakota, and mid to upper 30s in Lakes country in northwest Minnesota. So you can kind of see where that freezing line from that cold front is at. It basically stretches from northeast South Dakota all the way into Roseau. By the afternoon hours, temperatures will drop below freezing, leading not just to that freezing rain threat, but also the snow accumulation. That's why we're expecting snow heading into Friday evening. It's because temperatures will be below freezing. So let's recap everything. Again, First Alert tracking this complex winter system. It's going to bring some, freezing rain at first, meaning a glaze of ice in some areas. And then heading into tomorrow afternoon and evening, we'll see not just more freezing rain, but that freezing rain transitioning into snow as the main low pressure system moves into the northern plains in the process. And that's going to lead to light snow accumulations, a glaze of ice to even a tenth of an inch of ice down in the southern valley and Lakes country. And so you'll want the VNN First Alert Weather app if you have to travel. You can stay at home. That's your best bet. But if you have to travel, that VNN First Alert Weather app will be your friend. And you'll also want to give yourself some extra time on the roads just in case as we First Alert track this upcoming system. Now, I'm getting off of here, but I'll be back on Valley News Live at 9. Chief Meteorologist Russ Thomas will be back on Valley News Live at 10. And if you're not able to watch either of our shows, you can watch Assistant Chief Meteorologist Lisa Green on Valley Today to get your latest First Alert forecast there. And you can always get the latest weather updates on the VNN First Alert Weather app, so have those notifications turned on as we track this upcoming system. In the meantime, I'm getting off of here. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful, safe night.